For years, viewers have welcomed Kelly Ripa into their homes every morning, not just as a television host, but as a familiar, trusted voice. In our latest update, Kelly didn't share shocking headlines or dramatic announcements. Instead, she offered something far more meaningful, a thoughtful reflection on family, work, and finding balance in a busy life. Alongside her husband and co-host Mark Consuelos, Kelly opened up about how priorities change over time, how family life evolves, how work takes on new meaning, and why balance matters more now than ever before. This isn't about controversy. This isn't about rumors. It's about real life and why so many viewers quietly connected with what Kelly had to say. Stay with us as we take a closer look at Kelly Ripa's calm, honest update and what it reveals about life behind the camera.
For more than 2 decades, Kelly Ripa has been a familiar, comforting presence in millions of American homes. Whether greeting viewers with her signature energy each morning or sharing thoughtful reflections about everyday life, Kelly has built a career rooted in authenticity. In a recent update, she once again reminded audiences why her voice continues to resonate, not because of drama or spectacle, but because of her honest approach to family, work, and balance. This latest conversation didn't arrive with shocking headlines or viral controversy. Instead, it offered something far more meaningful: perspective. Alongside her husband and co-host Mark Consuelos, Kelly opened up about the evolving rhythms of her family life, the responsibilities that come with long-term success, and the importance of balance in a world that often moves too fast. What she shared felt relatable, grounded, and refreshingly real.
Kelly Ripa's television journey is rare in today's media landscape. Longevity is no longer guaranteed, yet Kelly has remained relevant for over 25 years, not by reinventing herself constantly, but by staying true to who she is. From the early days of Live to the current era of Live with Kelly and Mark, her role has evolved. She's no longer just a morning show host, she's a cultural constant. Viewers don't tune in simply for celebrity interviews. They tune in because Kelly feels familiar, dependable, and sincere. In her recent update, Kelly reflected on how this consistency didn't happen by accident. It required discipline, preparation, and a clear separation between professional obligations and personal life, something she says took years to learn. Balance isn't something you find once, she explained. It's something you adjust to again and again.
At the heart of Kelly's update was family. Kelly and Mark have spent decades navigating life together, raising children, managing demanding careers, and growing as individuals. Now, with their children grown and living more independent lives, the family dynamic has naturally shifted. Rather than framing this change as loss or difficulty, Kelly described it as growth. She spoke about how parenting evolves over time, from daily routines and school schedules to supportive conversations and mutual respect. The role changes, but the connection remains. Kelly emphasized that family doesn't disappear as children grow up. It simply looks different. The conversations become deeper, the time together becomes more intentional, and appreciation replaces routine. This perspective resonated strongly with viewers, especially parents experiencing similar transitions. One of the most unique aspects of Kelly's current chapter is working side by side with her husband. Co-hosting a daily live show together isn't something most couples experience, and Kelly acknowledged that it requires clear communication and mutual understanding. In her update, she highlighted how respect plays a crucial role. On screen, their chemistry feels natural. Off-screen, boundaries matter. Kelly explained that they don't carry workplace disagreements into their personal life, and vice versa. That separation, she says, is key to maintaining both a healthy marriage and a productive professional environment. Rather than presenting their relationship as perfect, Kelly framed it as intentional, built on listening, patience, and shared responsibility. One of the most unique aspects of Kelly's current chapter is working side by side with her husband. Co-hosting a daily live show together isn't something most couples experience, and Kelly acknowledged that it requires clear communication and mutual understanding. In her update, she highlighted how respect plays a crucial role. On screen, their chemistry feels natural. Off-screen, boundaries matter. Kelly explained that they don't carry workplace disagreements into their personal life, and vice versa. That separation, she says, is key to maintaining both a healthy marriage and a productive professional environment. Rather than presenting their relationship as perfect, Kelly framed it as intentional, built on listening, patience, and shared responsibility. Balance means something very different now than it did earlier in Kelly's career. She acknowledged that in her early years, work often came first by necessity. Establishing herself in a competitive industry required focus and sacrifice. But over time, priorities shifted. Today, balance means protecting personal time, being selective with commitments, valuing rest and routine, staying present with family. Kelly stressed that balance isn't about doing everything, it's about choosing what truly matters. This message struck a chord with audiences who often feel pressure to constantly do more. Kelly's reminder was simple but powerful. Success doesn't have to come at the cost of well-being.
In an era of clickbait headlines and exaggerated stories, Kelly Ripa's update stood out for its calm honesty. There was no attempt to alarm viewers, no dramatic language, no sensational claims. Instead, Kelly offered something increasingly rare in entertainment media: thoughtful reflection. Viewers responded positively because the message felt real. It mirrored their own experiences, balancing careers, family responsibilities, and personal growth. That relatability is what continues to make Kelly relevant, even after decades on television. Kelly's update also served as an example of sustainable success in media. She hasn't relied on controversy to stay visible. She hasn't chased trends at the expense of credibility. Instead, she's built a career on trust, something advertisers, networks, and audiences value deeply. Her approach aligns with long-term success: consistent professionalism, respectful storytelling, clear boundaries, authentic connection. This is precisely why her content remains monetization-safe and advertiser-friendly. Kelly briefly touched on the idea of the future, not in terms of retirement or departure, but reflection. She acknowledged that no role lasts forever, but expressed gratitude for where she is now. Rather than rushing toward what's next, Kelly emphasized staying present and appreciating the moment. That mindset, grounded, realistic, and calm, resonated strongly with longtime viewers who have grown alongside her. In the end, Kelly Ripa's latest update wasn't about breaking news. It was about balance. It was about family. It was about work with purpose. And perhaps most importantly, it was about reminding audiences that steady, thoughtful voices still matter. In a fast-moving media world, Kelly Ripa continues to prove that you don't need chaos to stay relevant. Sometimes, all you need is honesty. As the conversation comes to a close, one thing becomes clear. Kelly Ripa isn't trying to deliver headlines, she's sharing perspective. In a world that often moves too fast, her message feels like a gentle reminder to slow down and appreciate what truly matters. Through her reflections on family, work, and balance, Kelly speaks to something many people quietly experience. Careers evolve, family roles change, priorities shift, and yet the heart of life remains the same: connection, purpose, and presence. Working alongside Mark Consuelos, Kelly shows that success doesn't have to be loud to be meaningful. It can be steady, it can be thoughtful, and it can grow alongside the people you love. What makes this update resonate isn't fame or television, it's relatability. Viewers see their own lives reflected in Kelly's words: the balance between responsibility and rest, ambition and appreciation, work and home. In choosing honesty over hype, Kelly reminds us that progress isn't always about what's next. Sometimes it's about recognizing how far you've come and allowing yourself the space to enjoy it. As the cameras fade and the show moves on, that message lingers: quiet, reassuring, and real. And perhaps that's why Kelly Ripa continues to connect with audiences after all these years. Not because she demands attention, but because she earns trust.